It's time to install powers in the van. But before I reach the stage of installing power, there are some details to address. And one of those details is that where I broke the metal, I must do something to strengthen it.
First, I need to clean it up a bit to make it a little more reinforced here. I'll put this backing on Nano, then lasciamo up.
The sound here is completely different. It's much more stable.
And since I made it more reinforced here as I wanted now, I think it's time to apply the final insulation to the floor. That's essentially the only thing left. After a little while, I finally managed it. I got the insulation installed down below, so I'm completely done with the insulation part. Now I can continue to run the wiring, install the flooring, the ceiling, and slowly start to build out the interior. But the main thing that concerns me right now is to run all the cables, install a photovoltaic panel that I bought, and get the electricity set up.
IoT, what I'm going to use for my power supply, a power station, not the Blue Yeti, but something different, a little bit larger.
One, but only one.
This reflector has been broken ever since I first bought this car. So how does it come off now? I really need to figure out how to remove it. A brand new reflector from Car Parts Guru. They have absolutely everything, whatever you could possibly need for your car, and for mine too. Done, the old reflector is out, the new one's in, and one more thing I need to fix on the car is this door check. I'm not sure if it's visible on camera. The lower bearing is really worn and essentially it's dragging, but I need to find something to support the door so I can replace the guide. I hope this one will do. The bearing now didn't even turn anymore. Look how it was worn down from here. It had become completely flat. This is for the trash, new one. Slowly but surely I will get everything repaired. It's another day here in the garage and today is going to be very busy. Besides starting the electrical installation, I've also acquired a lot of wood to begin some new construction project. Solar panel, this one will be installed right on top today. I'll also have the foldable version, which I can set up wherever I stop to generate some energy. But it's good to also have a permanent solar panel fixed on top so that even when I'm on the road, I'll still have power. This will be my floor. I've acquired these specific mounts to firmly secure the solar panel right on top. I'm applying a very powerful windshield adhesive to attach the solar panel securely onto these mounts, and subsequently I'll glue the mounts directly onto the car itself. I've also replaced the base plate underneath, inserting a piece of wood to ensure it's perfectly straight and level. And essentially my plan is to install this solar panel right here in the back, where I happen to have a small amount of available space. While I'm waiting for the solar panel to properly set in place, I want to grab the design here for a little bit so I can go ahead and cut the flooring. Alright, siemana supportogulnosti, after some cutting and a few detailed adjustments, the floor is now in place, but it's not just simply installed, you see. Generally, some specific spots still need to be cut out so it can be properly screwed down, allowing me access to the pump from underneath. But before I get to that, I'll place the solar panel on the car to dry, and before I glue it down, I'm thinking of adding a few screws as well. After I finish setting up the solar panels wiring here, it's time to check if it's actually working as it should. Well, that's good. I've got the Blue Yeti right here with me. The solar panel works, and even when I just lift it up and it's facing towards the sun, 70, 73, 80 watts, that's perfectly fine. At least consistently, whether I'm moving or not moving at all, I'll be getting some energy from the sun, and later on, if I want to, I can always add an extra one on the luggage rack. There was something I hadn't considered about the solar panel and its mounts, and it seems I'll have a problem with it later on. I'll let it adhere properly first though, and then I'll test if it fits well on the van. Now I need to start cutting the various details on the floor so that it can be stabilized at some point, and so I won't have to remove it again. Hopefully it won't be necessary, but there must be access to the pump.
I have drilled in 4 spots where the screws for the carpet were underneath, but I don't have screws that are long enough to put in right now. I'll have to go and find some tomorrow, and now I want to cut here in the front as well because I need to create 2 openings like small cupboards so I can have access to the storage area that's down here below. Here at this very spot I'm going to make a hole for the air duct from the diesel heater to come out. So the other cabinet will be placed somewhere around here. While I'm building this van, time just flies by without me even realizing it. And even though the effort is double, because while I'm building it, I'm also pointing the camera now here, now there, it's something I truly enjoy doing. For the past few years, I've constantly envisioned this moment and how I'd build the van once I finally managed to get it. Unfortunately, I made a mistake. The solar panel I bought with its mounting brackets just doesn't fit. I thought it would fit, but it doesn't match the curve to be properly glued. I don't want to risk attaching it and having it potentially come off, so I'll have to look for a flexible one that can be securely glued onto the roof. The sun is slowly setting. I am quite happy, however, even though the solar panel let me down, because the van really started taking shape today. The floor is in, I've almost stabilized it completely, and from now on I can slowly begin building the interior. Of course, I think the very next thing after the floor will be the ceiling, which I'll install, and then the furniture at the very end. Another day in the garage. There's work today, a lot of work, but that's the beauty of it. Just a few details are left to complete the floor, and I'll do them today. Basically, my main goal is to complete the floor, the ceiling, and the electrical system so that I can then build the rest. The sofa, bed, kitchen, and so on will be done in the future, so make sure you've subscribed to my channel to follow the entire progress of the van. I've already put up an ad for the solar panel because it's not suitable for me, so I can get a different one, a flexible one. I'm already searching for the right dimensions that I need, and just the other day, after I finished laying the floor, I went to a large store to find some screws so I could continue with the construction. And to get these specific items here, I ended up spending around 20-25 euros. I know that's quite a lot, I realized it right then and there, but because I thought I really needed them, I just said, never mind, I'll take them, and we'll see what happens. But then I hit a pine count and I needed something else. I went to a local store in my neighborhood and I found absolutely everything. I found adapters that I couldn't locate there, which I'll need for the water pump later on. You'll see those in a bit, all the way to countless screws, various angles and hinges. I managed to get so many different things for less than 10 euros. The most important thing is that I found these screws, which I need to put here in 4 spots to stabilize the floor, to make sure it won't move even a millimeter. So this is the first thing to get done. I've put 1, 2, 3, there's one more left there. This very last one was the most challenging of all for me to install, but all's well that ends well. I tightened them all and now the floor has become incredibly stable. What's left for the floor now is to complete the cabinets here, the trapdoors, and to cut some small pieces of wood that are needed to fill in some remaining gaps. I think it's a good time to go make a coffee though, because I started right away with my work, and that's what I've been doing for the past few days, and in the end I hadn't even had a single drop of water.
It came and locked right into place like a puzzle piece, exactly as...
I feel like I'm in a pretty good place. The construction is moving forward steadily, one step at a time. I'm enjoying the process as much as I possibly can, because these things only happen once. I'll surely keep working on the details, and I'm thinking of doing a test once I'm done with the electricity in a few days, when I install the solar panels and so on. I'll do a test, perhaps the heating in the snow, and then I'll continue, and so I've covered all the points I wanted, and now I just need to build these 2 hatch cabinets here so I can store things underneath, because there's a lot of space. After I finish that, I can continue with the ceiling. I installed these 2 supports so the wood would have counter pressure from underneath at that specific point, and to prevent it from wobbling, and to make it much sturdier, so if I happen to step there won't be any risk of it breaking. I also secured the pipe in the corner so it remains firmly in place. Now all that's left is for me to create 2 more supports on the opposite side and then build the small doors. I'm almost done with the first small cabinet door. The first cabinet is completely ready. I just need to do the exact same thing with the other one, and then I'll be completely finished with the floor.
The floor is finished, ready. Now all that's left is to eventually put self-adhesive parquet on it so it's shiny and I can easily clean it, because otherwise it will absorb water if I leave it like this.
And because many of you have been wondering about the car's overall size, let me tell you, it measures 1.2 meters from wheel to wheel. However, it also has some additional height on top of that. And regarding its total length, the wooden floor itself is 1.75 meters plus another nearly 10 centimeters for the plastic component that the car has here, and then a little bit more from the very front. So we are looking at approximately 2 meters in total. I myself am not 2 meters tall. Thank goodness I'm shorter. I'm 175, so I'll make my bed 180 or 185 there. I don't need it any longer. I taped it with aluminum tape here and here. Now it's time to put some things back. First aid kits, a sleeping bag I have, a raincoat for emergencies, and a fire extinguisher. It's time to figure out how I'll fix the ceiling. This is roughly how I want the pieces to be placed. I put the plastic parts back in their place to see exactly how the ceiling will go in, and what I'm thinking of doing is to put a base here, a piece of wood and another one there, so the wooden pieces can be screwed onto them, so I don't have to screw all the wood directly into the sheet metal.
I think I should put one here at the end so it can go in after the ceiling.
Another day here in the garage, and it's a really beautiful day, sunny, but it's a complete mess inside the car. I've got so many things with me, and today the brand new solar panel finally arrived, which I'm hoping to get installed. I really hope I manage to install it, because the previous one just didn't work out and I was a bit disappointed, but it's fine. I've already listed it for sale on Marketplace. Someone will surely come along and buy it at some point. Everything I put up for sale always sells eventually, as my father once told me, and he was absolutely right. There's a buyer for everything. So today it's time for me to install the brand new solar panel, which is flexible. It has nothing in common with the previous one that wouldn't bend, and I couldn't properly fit it onto the car's roof. It is more expensive, but it is also much better in quality. It has a small incline, it can be adjusted. It's not like the other one, and here the cables are pre-wired, while on the other one I wired them myself. The thing is to see now if it fits exactly as I want it. It fits perfectly, exactly as it should, and I'll run the cables from that side. I'll glue it here. And essentially I want to drill somewhere here to pass the cables and bring them through. This solar panel fits much better, and it won't have that same height the other one would have had if it were sticking out, which might have created poor aerodynamics and caused a lot of noise.
For the cables to pass into the car, they first need to go through this part, which I'll glue onto the car's roof to ensure they're waterproof. Anyway, the quality seems really good, both the solar panel itself and its cables. I got this from Temu. I'll have a link in the description if anyone is interested. That came out quite easily. To download the Temu app and get some coupons, negative, positive, you're probably wondering right now what exactly I'm doing and why I'm sanding this brand new solar panel, but I'm doing this because it's far too shiny for the adhesive to stick a little bit better up on the roof. The sun is absolutely scorching and it's incredibly hot out. This time I'll definitely put on gloves before I apply the glue, because last time I got my hands completely stuck. It's a little bit difficult right now, but it will turn out exactly as it should. I didn't even do a single test to see if the solar panel actually works. Can you just imagine me gluing it down so well and then it doesn't even work? You'll probably be asking yourselves what this blue Yeti is doing up here. I thought of putting something heavy on it to press it down so it sticks much better.
Just like they come from there, they'll go here, this will be glued, they'll come out somewhere here. Basically, from today, I'm completely off grid for power. I'll need something bigger than the Bluetti though. But first I have to glue everything, then fix the ceiling and finally test it. After quite some time, I managed to glue the solar panel all around so it can't come off at all.
I honestly don't think anyone can remove it, even if they wanted to. I've placed a lot of heavy things on top of it to make it stick as firmly as possible. I received many comments on the video where I installed the heating in the van for the air intake, saying it was crumpled. I fixed it just now. Someone else told me about the exhaust system, that it's better to be like this and not the way I had it, because it has a small hole for the water to drain. I couldn't manage it, my hands got all messed up again.
I also installed the exhaust more properly. I don't even know how many times I'll use the heater this year. Also, many people went crazy about the diesel heater's pump being near the exhaust, but I've tested it and it doesn't get hot. Plus, I have insulation inside the plastic box, but maybe I can take it from here and put it somewhere else.
It's starting to get dark, so I really need to clean up all this mess that's around here. And tomorrow I'll continue by installing the ceiling, the lights, and I'll make sure the solar panel is working properly so I can finally relax. This way I'll have electricity everywhere, always and free, thanks to the sun. Today will be a really nice day for some good old DIY work.
It's a beautiful day again, full of sun and warmth, and I've decided that I shouldn't have installed these wooden pieces here because, in essence, I'm losing about 1.5 to 2 inches off the car's overall height. I'm going to remove them and install the tongue and groove panels directly. That's what I want to accomplish today. I've already laid the floor, so I'll just put up the ceiling and then the house will be complete. A hat from Acri se Acri into Wearing it, I remembered that before we know it, we're heading towards summer again. For me, this is the best season. Not too cold, not too hot. It's the best phase as we head into spring. Anyway, if you want to find Acri se Acri products, hats, shirts, anything, I have a link in the description.
These are the pieces. They'll be installed right here to make my ceiling. I want to get the ceiling up so I can then install the lights. I'm planning to put one lamp right here and another one over here.
Later, Sora, maybe I'll add some hidden lighting all around. Where do I even start and where do I end? I managed to find the corner here. I think this was the hardest part of the ceiling, getting the line right. And I need to make another identical one, then the other pieces can go in.
Let's see if we cut it correctly. It's gone in precisely there, right under the plastic, and this is the exact spot where it needed to be cut, like so. I should have run the cables through from the back here. It's alright, it's not a big problem. I'll just take it out, then put it back in. I think I'll start from here and go that way.
I must put one screw in and then it'll be completely stable. The rest can go in, and from now on I'll simply add the remaining pieces. Wooden constructions are definitely my absolute favorite. Once I reach about the halfway point, I'll figure out how to install the lights because I need to run the wiring, and I'll also test the solar panel.
I've reached a pretty good point now, so I think I'll take a break and make some coffee. Other days I get so caught up in work, I don't even drink water.
A secret for espresso that a friend of mine told me is to put the coffee completely flat, perfectly straight. Something I didn't know about the coffee maker is that if you put the water in already hot, you can use it many more times. That means its battery lasts much longer, but when the water is cold and it has to heat it, it doesn't last very many uses. This machine is a little expensive, but if you want to drink espresso when you're traveling, on the road, in your van or camping, I think it's worth the money. I'll have a link for you in the description if you want to get one, and I'll also have a discount code for you. Whoa!
Bisan de Cantas.
Espresso in the van out here in nature. These are the two lights that I'm going to be putting in. One right here and the other one right over here so that I can have as much light as I could possibly want. The first one is now ready.
Here I need to drill a hole to pass the cable through and then connect them together before I pull it out from the other sides. It looks pretty good. I hope it gives off good light too. This is coffee. How do you enjoy everything better when you're out in nature? I think they're really good. I need to run this cable through there now.
I could have done this a bit earlier to make it easier, but oh well, let's see how it goes. This is exactly what I wanted. And now right here the connections will be made. Just a little more patience, and then we'll test the lights to see if they turn on as they should. These parts will all go right in here.
Let's check if the solar panel is working. It started going up right away. 37 watts, you wouldn't call that much, but the sun is at an angle right now. It's not directly above the panel, and from what I've gathered, solar panels need the sun to be right above them. I generally want this solar panel to be available for when I'm on the road or when I've left the car somewhere and it's sunny, so I can harness solar energy.
Oh, when I'm parked somewhere, I also have the other foldable solar panel. I can park in the shade, put on my feet, put this panel in the sun and get even more energy. And I've also got an adapter so I can connect both solar panels simultaneously and get even more watts from the sun. Essentially, it takes one and makes it two. I'll see how much energy I get with both solar panels.
It's now past 100, 106, 107. Absolutely free energy from the sun. All that's left is to quickly hook up the lights to see how they shine. Ready for the tests.
The lights aren't turning on. I don't know what's wrong. Is it the cable? Is it the plug? Or is it the lights? I don't know. I'll keep looking to see what's wrong and why they're not turning on. I want to finish the ceiling today if possible. You should subscribe to see how this turns out, how I'll fix the van. Write me any ideas you have in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.